Okay, so here we are on the bench. I've just painted the base coat of one of my aliens. Base coat is night blue with some thinner medium. But in order to progress my tutorial, I obviously need the paint to dry. And I obviously need to do all the others, production style. So, what better way than by mixing up some more and painting the others. I mean, man, I am looking forward to the characters. Yeah, getting this using the thinner medium because it gives a greater control. Let's mix both lots in together here now. It gives a greater control. I don't necessarily want like a contrasty type look to it, but I've got the option there, right? And let's zoom in a bit here. Hopefully you can see me. Just move the camera up slightly there. Zoom in a bit more. Do we need... Yeah, we need to go there. Right. So there we are. So I'm using a Citadel small base brush for this. And yeah, it just confirms what I already knew about Citadel brushes. They don't have a good much longevity to them. I mean, one use and the bristles are splayed out on this thing, and that's a shame. I mean, I got to use it sometimes, so no good putting it off. I'm so pleased I went with this as a colour choice over the black, because I'm going to do areas of black for sure. You know, without a doubt, I'm gonna do that. Like the tips of the tails and things like that. This is good. This is giving me a chance to break out my Citadel palette as well. The paper palette there. I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, you could use like an ultramarine blue on these, or even if you wanted to go black, you'd use the Templar black, couldn't you? You could thin that down with some contrast medium, or I could turn this into a contrast with contrast medium, but I don't have that desire. I mean, this is end of the day, this is a game board piece, or a board game piece, I should say. Get it the right way around, Pete. I suppose it doesn't really matter. Board game, game board, board game piece. There we are, looking mighty fine. And the beauty of this thinner medium, you can push the paint around a little, a bit like a wash, but it doesn't behave like a wash. So you can get more of the colour blocked in. There we are. So we have one. I mean, the one for my tutorial is on my right. He's out of the picture. He's way off there. So, first of all, what projects are you working on, and how is it going? I know. Some of you are doing painting projects. I know Jamjar34 is doing the War Boss Tay boot camp. Not boot camp. He's doing the main painting challenge now. He's done boot camp. If you're watching Jamjar, I do enjoy your videos, particularly when you're doing these challenges. Interesting to hear your thoughts. And see the progress. It inspires me to get more stuff done for myself. It does. For some reason, my main monitor isn't working today, so I've got to keep looking up at the camera to make sure I'm in shot. Which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. I might even be on camera more now without my main monitor than I was with it, because you kind of get a bit complacent when you've got a big monitor in front of you. It's not huge, just an old TV really, but I use it as a monitor. I think I've got one in the loft actually I could use if I so wanted to. Just bigger again. Well, that's okay. There's another one down. This is going rather swimmingly, I have to say. I'm going to have to try and put some thought into what my next step is going to be. I just started the tutorial of this. And I'm like, okay, I know I wanted this down as a base colour. Thinking, I know I want like the tip of the tail black. And then the nails or claws black. So thinking, yeah, black will be the next one to do. Now, and as it's a board game piece, I shouldn't have any problems doing the teeth white. Because when it's like, say something like I don't know, say a Citadel miniature or something like that. Something that you can use like more as an art piece if you want, or a display piece. I tend to go for a bit more realism. No beast's teeth is, white. So I tend to go for an off-white colour. Sometimes even like a Baneblade brown or something of that nature. But, especially when it comes to Tyranids and things, they eat everything in sight, their teeth would get a little worse for wear, one would think. Given that they probably don't clean their teeth. Anyway. But as this is a board game piece, I've got no real issue with laying down a white over the teeth of this creature. As this is a thin coat, shouldn't take too long to dry, unless the thinner medium it seems to be acting a bit like a drying retarder as well. But I didn't want to just use water. Medium definitely gives you more control. I couldn't place my Lamia medium, so I found my Vallejo one, which was, I knew where that was, and I just knew I needed a medium. So there it was. I did order the blue though, this blue that I'm painting these with, the night blue, specifically for this game. I was going to go with Nagaroth Night, but I wanted to compare the two. It's very close, but ultimately I want it to be more on the side of blue than the side of purple. This dark colour. This is awesome. Going awesomely. So, here I am. We were given snow here a couple of nights ago in the night. Never did. My mum's had a little bit of snow where she lives, just a sprinkling really. Up in Honiton, very picturesque. She said, you know. I thought, I'm sure it is. We rarely get snow here. If we do get snow, it's usually on the moors too, you know, or on the place I refer to as Middle Earth. It's very Middle Earth Tolkien-esque feel about it out on the moors. So I'm trying to stay on camera, but I get talking and then my arm lowers and I'm not aware of it. Sorry about that. So yeah. So it's raining here today. It's a dismal day. Really bad. I airbrushed the primer on these guys because it was a lot quicker. If I'd have hand primed them, that would have taken me forever and a day. Something I wasn't prepared to wait for. And yeah, so I basically I want to get going playing the game with these. Yeah, I'll play the game, learn the game, make my mistakes. Question for you: do any of you want to see me do playthroughs of this game? Because I did a couple of the Resident Evil ones. I'm not sure. I think people were just like jumping on me for getting rules wrong, but I was okay with the feedback because it really helped me to learn the game. So maybe if I did a similar thing, it will help me learn the rules to this game. But I'd be lying if I said it hadn't put me off a little bit of doing Rezzy playthroughs, because it feels like people are just waiting for me to make the mistakes, and that's not a good feeling, really. I know. I mean, I try not to. It's difficult. I think my philosophy on it all is, I mean, with anyone doing this, at the end of the day, I mean, like the YouTube channel that got me into this game. He made loads of mistakes when he was doing his playthroughs, but he was having fun. You know, he was enjoying it. He was enjoying himself. He was having a good time, and that's what I think. You know, that's what it should be about. As long as you have fun with it, I don't see there's a problem there. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on whether you think I should do a playthrough of Aliens. I mean, I'll probably do the first one, which is all about rescuing Newt. Rebecca Jordan, you know, the little kid from the Aliens movie. And if that goes all right, then I will consider doing, like, you know, the rescue missions and maybe a campaign. I wanted to do a campaign with the Rezzy games, and I may still do that. I've got the option now. I've got the game. I've got the minis all painted up, lovely jubbly, and I've got some nice 3D terrain features for it, because frankly, the stuff you get with it was a bit poop. Doors and things, you barely see them. And although I don't have enough doors, because I'm using MDF doors that I already had, I think it'll do, you know. Right, so I've painted 5 aliens there with that amount of paint. I'm just going to check my coffee. I've got the old thermal. Ah, lovely, lovely. Got the old thermal cup. Right, so I'm gonna mix up some more paint. Do that way off camera. And I'm doing the like the medium and the pink quite apart from each other. So it's definitely a 50-50 mix, which is the ultimate consistency that I'm looking for here. And let's get to some more aliens. Haha! 16 minutes in and I've done 5. At this rate, I will easily do them all. Yeah, my Citadel brush is definitely splaying, which isn't good. I'm very pleased with this colour though, paint. Very, very pleased. It's going down pretty much exactly how I want it to. Now, I think because I've got the Ultimate Badasses expansion, I think in the Get Away From How You Bitch expansion, where there is an expansion called Get Away From How You Bitch, because that's the quote from Ripley to the Alien Queen at the end of the Aliens movies, well, near the end, where the Alien Queen is on board their vessel and it's trying to get to Newt. But then, I mean, fair play, Alien did kind of set fire to all her babies and eggs and things, so you can understand why she'd be a bit pissed at her. The Alien Queen is totally pissed with Ripley, and understandably so, in my book. But, like I say, in that expansion, I think you get the Alien Queen. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe you do. And it would make total sense if you did, because you get the cargo loader suit that Ripley dons in order to fight the alien. Right. Next. Love those movies though, I really do. Not sure about the later ones. Can't say I was a fan of Aliens vs Predator as a concept either. Yeah, and the board game, I never really got into that either. It's a shame that it was cancelled, but then I guess this game wouldn't be around if it wasn't. I'm guessing, because they probably wouldn't have bothered, because they'd have probably thought to themselves, well, there's already an Aliens board game thing. We won't bother, because that's just, competing in our own market, really. I don't know, but I mean, although I'd be happy to have two different versions of a same IP'd game. So I'm holding this because I'm aware I need to keep it in camera. Wondering why my monitor isn't kind of working for me right now. I don't think it's the camera end, and I don't think it's the monitor. I think it's the lead. I think the lead itself might be a bit duff at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I used a little bit of time lapse in the tutorial I'm doing on the Alien 2. See how that would go. I think it might be alright. May have to do a time lapse bench cleanup sometime. That'd be good fun. I mean, there's not loads of models in this game, but there's enough. And of course, I've got the assets and hazards expansion, not the expansion, the addition, I guess you'd call it. And that's going to be great for other games with Alien 2 and any other sci-fi game, really. When I say other game, I'm looking at RPG games. That's what I'm looking at. $23. I've got the counter on my microphone here right in front of me, so it tells me I'm at 23 minutes, nearly 24 minutes. Of course, it might be less with some editing. It's been raining all night, and it's still raining today now. But I wanted to come out. Yesterday I was doing floor tiles in my kitchen. That's going well. It's going, at least. It's happening. I must have replaced 12 or 13 tiles now on the kitchen floor. They're all cracked, you see. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the colour. So I don't want to screw it up, my colour scheme. Very happy with it though. I was able to render my solo RPG episode yesterday, yeah. They take a lot of work, they really do. But I was pleased. Now I have episode 6 of The Dwarves of Fangorn up on YouTube for all to see. It's I like doing them, but man, they are a lot of work. Which is fine. You got to have the time available to do them, and I fully intend to keep doing them. I think the way forward for my channel might be with that kind of thing. Everybody wants to make their channel a success, right? And I with a lot of people that's 40k. and they do a great job of what they do. They really do. So I got to do something different, because not only that, I mean, I'm getting back into 40k this year, but it isn't cheap, is it, man? When it's, you know, if you want a holiday from a game for a bit, I mean, you save a bit of money when you have a 40k holiday. But I got some 40k models now. I got some for Christmas, and I'm going to be using them to get back into 40k later on. And yeah, it'll be good. Can't see me playing 40k anytime soon, no. Don't kid any of you. But I can at least get some armies painted. And I've got the Sisters of Battle army there to start. That'll be my new year, new army. Yeah, this is a great colour. So, I know I keep going on about it, but it just looks fantastic. The colour. I'm sure it's looking better in person than it is on camera, but I'm just loving the colour. Gonna have to make up some more paint. Wow. Oh yeah. This is so relaxing though, painting here. For a moment then I forgot about the paint in my legs. Very painful legs. Mostly from the tiling yesterday. My body takes a very long time to recover from things like that. It's down on your hands and knees, and I'm looking to do some courses to help get me some qualifications to get me off of my knees in a work environment. And when I'm at work, I am actually on my hands and knees a fair bit. So it would be nice not to have to. Gives me a bit more longevity in a job. I can say, yeah, I can see me doing that. Like an office job or whatever, I can see me doing it for until I retire. That'd be nice. Bit more coffee. It's time for more coffee. You can't have enough coffee, folks. I'm just going to take a sip of coffee. Oh yeah, Dow egg butts. I love Dow egg butts. I'm just going to bring in the model I've got that I did. Oh, excuse me, for my tutorial. Still not dry yet, although that could be a trick of the light. Yeah. Question is, do I put the wash on to him next, or do I think I'll do the black first before I do the wash. But ooh. And the ridges on his head, I think they can be black too. But yeah, overall super happy with the game colour. Night blue. Super happy. Right. Just mixing some colours up on my, or mixing the colour up with the medium on my palette for some more. Great colour. I can't get over how good it is. Yes. I'm excited by a colour. I've actually got 4 aliens to do 4 more. You got tokens in the set to represent more, or you could, I suppose, use them to represent hit points of the alien models themselves. And they've got numbers on one side as well. No, the blips have got numbers on one side, and that tells you how many aliens occupy a certain space. And if it's more than one, the model, like the one I'm holding, one we're painting right now, that counts as 1. So if it said 2, you would have this model on the board and an alien token underneath it. So like I say, you could either use that, you could either say, well, that's 2 aliens, or this is an alien with a bit more like hit points, for want of a better word. It also reminds me, this colour reminds me a little bit of like the creature from the Black Lagoon, and I suppose that was more of a green black, or sort of a black green or a night green. I did look at the greens for this, decided against it. I felt that blue was better. I don't know, I just felt I just like the look of it, and I thought it would look good on the model, and being proved right for that. Yeah. Getting stuff done, my friends. Getting stuff done. And I'm looking forward to doing some more theory stuff on the RPG side of things as well, and exploring things from other videos I've seen people put out there. So you tell me what you're working on, and how is it going. I hope it's going well for you, whatever it is you're doing. And yeah, I used to watch a channel called Mini Wargamer J, and the reason I don't watch now, well, I do, but it's old stuff. He hasn't put anything new out for a while, and it was his painting with J's. Excuse me. That was where the whole Revy McRevison thing came from, as I've explained in the past. I just find it hilarious. Quite like his sense of humour. So I'm hoping, if anybody knows him, like to message or whatever, ask him to do some more painting with J's. Can you? Because I really miss those. And the reason they started getting less views is because he stopped doing them as often, which is a great shame. Great shame. Put a little bit of water in that. Just need to get this model done. Right, that's him done. Just have one left, so one blob of paint. And we'll mix it up with one blob of thinner medium. Get this done, that'll be all the aliens done then on this stage, what have you, whatever you call it. And still got to think about what I'm also thinking, if I did it right, yellow. Now I know that sounds crazy right now, but in a small enough area I think it could work, but I don't know. Maybe yellow for the tongue, like a fluorescent yellow. I could just go with the like pinkish. Actually, I've got like a squid pink, which might be good for their tongues. They don't all have tongues, so it's only for some of them. And this, I think, marks the end of this stage of painting. Wow, that's good. I'm pleased with that. Take my glasses off. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. Sorry you haven't got anything better to look at than my palette. Now I've really got to clean my brush up good here. Let me just zoom out while I do that. There, zoomed in quite a way rather. Just cleaning my brush off into some soap whilst I do this. That's good. That is good, my friends. This is very good. Well, we could do a shorter version of On the Bench, because that's a great. Because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go with my assets and hazards, although I do kind of know. I could do a few of my Weyland-Yutani containers. That's these things here from Assets and Hazards. I could do that. So let's zoom in there. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Right, so I'm going to need some metallic. Lead Belcher, why not? Why not? I'm gonna slap a bit of the old Lead Belcher down here. I'll try it with some thinner medium. This might work well, actually. Yeah, so glass is back on. Man, I don't know how they get their points on their Citadel brushes on Warhammer TV, but I can't do it in real life. Not with Citadel brushes. Sorry. But your brushes are not as good as they used to be. The old Citadel brushes were alright, I thought. The ones where they had like different colour ends. They weren't the best, but they were alright. But these are just nowhere near as good. I don't know if they changed manufacturer. That would be my guess. For perhaps a cheaper one. But I do not think their brushes are the best. By a long shot. Alright, so that's good. So maybe I can get, a few of these done. I'm not going to be painting the computers. The same. I'm going to be doing them more of a like a beigey bone type colour, because that looks good on the box picture. I want to really rust up a couple of these containers, because I think that would look good too. Ones that are, like, it'll give ones that have not been used in a while, or a derelict spacecraft. Maybe some of them are left under like a leaky pipe or something like that. I just think that would work well. I do anyway. Alright, so let's zoom in a bit more. I think we can do this. How you're doing, mentally out there? Are you all okay? Health-wise? I know a lot of people are affected in these times. Anyway, I mean, we all suffer, at different times, mental health problems and that, and events don't help. I just want to say I hope you're all coping okay. I really do. And just think of it this way: nothing's forever. Even your working life, it's not gonna last forever, and that's a fact. So don't worry. Really don't. I'm not going to sweat too much over these cargo containers. They are what they are. Paint them, wash them, highlight them, whatever. Rust them up, some of them, a couple of them. and seal them. Job done. I think it does look better on a board game though when you use proper terrain. It just, I don't know, it just makes it look better. Still with the rain. Dripping, you can hear it dripping outside. Yeah. You still ain't got to go out there. At least I remembered a hat today. I came up with a hat. Sometimes I forget my hat, you know, and then I get outside and I'm like, oh, it's cold, and I can't bother to go back and get it or whatever. But, when I shave my head, it gets cold. You know, for a while there. Where are we at? We're at 53 minutes. I don't really have enough paint to do anymore. So, I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to have my coffee. Last few minutes, I'm just going to put my heater back on. That's what I'm going to do. That's one of the things I'm going to do. Put my heater back on. So last few minutes, I'm just going to bask in the glow of victory that my aliens all have their first base coat on. If I think they're too blue, I will darken them down. Then I've got the choice, do I do it with a glaze or a wash? That's something else, isn't it? Maybe a wash, then a glaze. Maybe that would work. Decisions. Anyway, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. This is the end of On the Bench with Pete today. I'm pleased with what I got done. I'm really chuffed. And so I hope you got your stuff done or what you wanted to get done. And I will see you on another video because, you know, we're getting stuff done. And some of you are getting your projects done and your challenges done. And that's all good. Anyway, see you on the next one, guys. Bye for now. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye-bye.